Hi there, this is Kat the Christian Baker. I'm welcoming you into my home for a cranberry bread recipe with, of course, Christmas music in the background. It's the best time of year. Okay, so you're going to need a lot of ingredients, and I can either give you the whole recipe or the half recipe. I'm doing a half today. Be right back and let me just get that. I did not want my cranberries to melt, being that I was looking at the recipe. I'm going to half it, but this is the whole recipe. 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of sugar, 1½ teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon salt, ½ teaspoon baking soda, 3/4 cup orange juice, 2 tablespoons vegetable oil, 1 tablespoon grated orange peel if you have it, 1 egg well beaten, some cranberries chopped up, and nuts optional. And you might want to use like some cinnamon, a little bit of brown sugar for the top, for like the crumbly. Okay, and I did forget one thing. What was it? I need a tablespoon. Okay, so happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Not yet. Today is Monday, the Monday before Thanksgiving. I believe it is the 24th of November, 2014. So I am just chopping up. What you want to do is you want to take your cranberries out. You want to wash them all off, and then you want to dry them very good so the recipe doesn't bleed. And what I mean by that is so it doesn't turn the color of the cranberries. I think I'm good here. I've been chopping these for a while. And you can either do them frozen, which is a little bit better, but make sure if you take them out and you set them in the fridge for quite a few hours, make sure that you pick out the cranberries that are kind of soft, like raisins. You don't want those. You want harder cranberries. Well, something was playing, but I couldn't hear it. La 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 la. Okay, put that away. So, I have my mixer here. And I have the recipe. Let me put the oven on. That's important. Oh, I already did that. Good thinking. You're gonna grease. I'm sorry. When I hear music, I just want to dance. So, I grease a 9 by 5-inch loaf pan. Mix together the flour, the sugar, the baking soda, the salt, and the baking. So I forgot an egg. That's what I forgot. I knew it. Good thing they're right here. Okay. So let's put the cranberries away. And the other things that we're not going to need right now. Any other extra bowls or whatever you have around, just put them on the side. So I have my little nifty hand mixer, my KitchenAid. And I'm going to put in that, like I said, the flour. You know what, instead of putting it on like this, I think I'm just going to take this off and then add it on, because sometimes it's harder. So I'm going to add the flour. Okay. Let's have a party. Woohoo! The sugar. Remember, I'm halving this, so if it seems like less than yours, it is because I halved it. The baking powder. With me and salt, I just do a few dashes. Dash away, dash away, dash away all. Yep. And baking soda. Okay. those on the side right there. Okay, now what I'm going to do is whisk it together. Make sure that you, after you wash your cranberries, you dab them with paper towels. And I say paper towels because if you dab them with a hand towel, you might not be able to get the colors out. It comes up in a bright red, okay? That way they're not so juicy. Three-quarter cups of orange juice. Well, I don't have that, so what I'm going to do is try to stab it, open the orange and stab it with a fork. Now, I'm not going to do zest today because this orange is kind of old and I don't trust it. I'm smelling the inside. There's nothing bad in here. There's no black marks. It smells fine. So I'm just going to add some juice in here. Make sure that I take the seeds out, that it doesn't get in there. Okay. You want to buy orange juice? Go ahead. You want to buy a few oranges? You can do that as well. But orange, and I do this in my scones. I don't think that you guys, I have loaded a video of my citrus scones. But orange and cranberry work really, really well together. The citrus still smells good. And I read somewhere if you stab it with a fork, and then it'll help get the juices out even more. Okay. I'll say, what was that, like maybe 3/4 of a cup? I mean, sorry, 1/4 of a cup. Next time, instead of just squeezing it in there, you might want to measure it. Okay. And then what I'm going to do this whole thing is 1/4 of a cup. I'm going to throw it in. Okay, so orange juice, 2 tablespoons vegetable oil. Okay. Do you see what I see? Mighty King, do you know what I know? Okay, 2 tablespoons of that. Gold, silver, and gold. Okay. Okay. And if you have everything all out and lined up already, it'll go a lot faster, like prep it. Because if you go around your cabinets looking for stuff, it's going to take you twice as long to put it all together. Okay, so I have my dry ingredients. And it says to mix it. So start it on slow because you have flour in here. You don't want to give yourself a flour shower. And if it gets dry, I have a little bit of water on standby here. You just put a little bit more in there. Not so much that it's going to get dry, but just enough that it's just going to... Okay. Alright. And because I didn't measure it, I put in now a little bit too much liquid. So let me... There we go. Now I'm just going to stop because otherwise I'm going to be... There we go. Okay. Now just let that go. And you already have your cranberries chopped. You do never, especially if they're right out of the freezer, if they're straight home from the supermarket, you never ever want to put them in whole. You hear me? Because I did that one year and it was a catastrophe. I had very, very rock hard cranberry bread. Goodness, sorry. Okay. I'm going to take this and... Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. I'm taking this on the bottom because it can kind of get tacky. And if you know that you're going to have nobody there with nut allergies, you can go ahead and put the nuts in the batter if you want. I like to put mine on top. I'm just going to let that go for another minute. Oh. I don't like to use this when I put in anything like fruit or cranberries or anything because I don't want it to bleed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in with a spatula that I just put in the sink and I have to wash again. So give me a minute. I'm so sorry. Let it snow. Actually, don't let it snow. Don't let it snow. I'm a New Yorker. We had enough last year. Goodness. Okay. So make sure that your cranberries are all good and chopped. And you can use, if you want, you can use like a bullet. You can use like a magic bullet or a NutriBullet. I think a NutriBullet would totally grind it. Or use something like this. I don't know what that is. I don't know where I got it from. I know I got it handed down from my family members, grandma, mama, something like that. Okay, so this should be looking kind of like milky white, just very creamy. Let me take this out of here. Let me push this back so that way I can have some room. Oh, those things are heavy if you haven't had one. Whew. Okay. This might bleed. It probably will. I did, however, dry it completely before I smushed them all up, but they're like strawberries. You smush them up, they're gonna become kind of liquefied. Alright, make sure you at least rinse the bowl right away. That way it's not gonna stain. Especially if you just bought new bowls like I did. I got the good grip bowls. They're really great to work with. Of course, it bled. I'm going to be having some purple cranberry bread for Thanksgiving. Can you see? Not bad. It's actually about what the taste is, not how much what it looks like. Make sure you get some orange in there and that orange zest. If not, lemon. Lemon is also good with this. Any kind of citrus like that. I don't know about lime, but I know lemon and orange are best with cranberries. Very good. Okay. Now I have that. I'm hoping that it's thick enough. And if you want, you can put your nuts in right there. Let me pick this up for a minute. 16 minutes, going well. Ugh. I apologize there for not being prepared. Okay. Okay. It just says grease a 9x5 loaf pan. So, okay. I got my loaf pan here. Cute, isn't it? And when they say grease, I never know if it's oil, Pam, Crisco. So I'm just going to use a little bit of Crisco today. If you want to use a paper towel or a sandwich bag, you can do that. Adore him, Christ the Lord. That was so not in any key. Oh man. I love to sing, not saying that I can sing, but I love to sing. Try to sing this when you're in church and everybody's off key. So it's kind of funny, but at the same time everybody's being serious and you're like trying not to laugh. You ever have any of those kind of moments? It's a little surreal when everybody is just off key and it sounds terrible. They're still singing. Okay, so I greased my loaf pan. Oh, thank you for that shower. I didn't need that today. I already had one, but okay, sometimes grease takes a little bit longer, but this is the best thing to use for grease. The best. I promise you. To get grease off your hands, it's the Dawn Olay. You have to have the Olay with it, not just the regular Dawn. Okay, now I think that I'm very kind of clean here. You might want to be getting out your brown sugar right about now, some cinnamon, you might want to put a little bit of zest on top of your bread. And being this is pretty much done, I got to put it back in the freezer so it doesn't melt again. And it says bake for about 55 minutes, but with my oven, I bake it for 40 minutes, and if I need longer, you'd rather go shorter than longer because you don't want to burn something. Okay. I love this song. Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. To you. Ding, 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 dong. Ding, 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 dong, ding, dong, ding. That's really who I am. I'm just a shyster. Ding, 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 dong, ding, da, 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 da. You might want to get some paper towel. Ding, 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 dong. To wipe up. I know I'm a little crazy. To wipe up the little splatters. You can leave them if you want, but it's kind of harder to clean it afterwards if you do. Okay. All right. And it was a half a recipe, so that's why it's that low. If it was a recipe, a full recipe, it would have been tippy top. But remember that you put baking powder in there and baking soda in there, so this is going to rise. Now what you're going to do, you're going to get a little bowl, some little dish, and you're going to find your brown sugar, which is over here. And you don't want a lot, because the more you put in here, it's going to caramelize and kind of get hardened. And usually with the cranberry bread, it's just for people who don't want so much sweet during the holidays. You really want to make it nice and light, and so you might want to put this much. Maybe a quarter of a cup. Just like that. And these are $4 in the store, and these are so much better than buying the smaller ones, because you have this that you can open and Ziploc it. I just found this. They probably have had it forever, but I didn't realize it because I kept on buying the smaller one. It really saves money. And I love nuts. I love any kind of nut pretty much. You dirty minds, don't go there. I love macadamia nuts. I love pecans. I love walnuts. I love almonds. I really do. Okay. Let me dry this out. Whatever spices you want to put in there or put on top, you can do that. See it, it's bubbling up now, which is good, which means it's the kind of the yeast, the baking soda is starting to work already, even before I put it in the oven. That is awesome. Now that I'm going to be using pecans, or pecans, wherever you're from, to make a pecan pie in a couple days, I'm hoping to make a small one. But that's how much I have left in my bag. And I don't like this song, so next. I'm just going to do a few. Come on, please act right, child. There we go. And the good thing about this little chopper thing that I use is you can use it on anything. You can use this really good to use on nuts. Okay. No, I should have prepped already for this part. I know I'm taking a little bit longer than should have. But you're just going to take this, see the little ridges? And you're just going to push it down, come up and push it down and keep on doing that. Make sure you have it in a sturdy bowl. You don't want to do it in a bowl that's a fragile thing. And you wouldn't want to do it in glass either. You could, but just like a hard plastic bowl like I have here. You can use this for chopping up egg salad. And there's just a couple more little pieces that are not. Okay, done. Now that's done, okay? And what I'm going to do is find my cinnamon. It's here somewhere. Put some cinnamon in here. And put the cinnamon and brown sugar into my nuts. You take this crumble and you mix it around. Now you don't have to use the whole thing. If you're making a couple of these, do half and half. Go light if it's just for you and you want the whole shebang. Add the whole shebang. Can you see this? No, you can't. Okay. I'm gonna take this. If you want, you could even put some butter in here, which is actually it would be a good idea. And some people even put some oats. Don't ever do that like that. Use a knife, but I just don't want to. Okay, that's not working. Hand is just as easy. So then it came from once crumbly to now. That's what it looks like because I have the butter in it now. And it might kind of look kind of gross, but oh, it's going to taste so yummy. Yummy, yummy. And because this has baking soda and baking powder, the crust, the batter is going to rise up through that crusty stuff. Yes, that's the technical term. It's called crusty stuff. Okay, so I'm going to pop this in the oven, and I will be back in 50 minutes to an hour, depending on how fast it's going to cook in my oven, like I said. Set the timer for 40 minutes, and if it needs longer, then it needs longer. Oh wow, half an hour. Not good, not good, not good. So, there we go. God bless you, and I will see you back again in a little while. Thanks. So it's out. The beautiful cranberry bread is out. It's very beautiful, golden brown. You're going to take your knife and go along the edges. When you see a little bit of white in there, it's kind of like the butter. I didn't rise up a whole lot much. A whole lot much. That's proper English. A whole lot. I'm going to take this side. And I put a toothpick in, so it should be done. If you want to wait an hour. half an hour. Okay, not going very well for me. See, if I would have been patient and would have waited. But patient, me and food, that's a no. Pretty, right? That's really nice. You can see it's still steaming. And the cranberries just look really pretty. And it tastes really good. Especially with that little crumbly top right there. The brown sugar and the butter and the cinnamon. The best. You can see that's the top. Need to take some Smart Balance and put some on there. If you want it to come out nice, you'll wait about an hour for it to bring it out and slice it. Oh yeah, I mean, if I'm going all the way here. I'll use my butter here. Okay. So. All right. Have this. You can have this for kids, this and a little bit of milk. Or if you're an adult and you're drinking wine in the afternoon, like say Christmas Day, and you want like a little snack, just go great with it. Really well. And it was done in about 40 minutes. So, really good. And that's why you also want to put on the brown sugar, because it's going to offset the bitterness in the cranberries. Really, really good. I can't stop eating it. Speaking of which, I love to put milk in a glass and put it in the freezer till I get like a little ridge of icicle milk, like right there. Like when it just barely starts to freeze. I love that. That crunch on top is so good. Why do I have a gnat? It's November. Come on, go away. So, the nuts with it, awesome. Awesome. Yeah. So good. So good. So thank you so much for watching my video. You can get the recipe on oceanspray.com, or you can buy a package of cranberries and the recipe will be on the back. Now, as far as as four. Four. We golfing. As far as the crumblies on top, just mix about a quarter cup of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of butter, and some cinnamon together with some nuts, pecans, almonds, walnuts, anything like that, and that'll be a great topping. Like again, I said it would be great for with a glass of red wine. Okay, now that I'm like all beautified and my hair is sticking up, I'm gonna go get my mail. Yes, not really. Bye.